Welcome back to the Going Gold series where— Stop. You gotta smoke? Smoking. There are people out there who are misunderstanding the purpose of smokes. Whether you're denying information or taking map control, smoking essentially boils down to one thing: forcing the enemy into a disadvantage. With that being said, there are two sides to smoking: smoking properly and smoking effectively. There's a difference. Smoking properly. Too many times I see players smoking off chokes either too deep or worse, too shallow. Observe how smoking too deeply provides a disadvantage for your own team. It creates a gap that enemies can abuse. And while it may not look like it, smoking too shallow is arguably even worse because it looks like this choke is smoked off, but what it's actually doing is that it's allowing the enemy to have space to work with. Let's look at this example. In this scenario, the enemy Sova wants to come out to sight from CT. Your brimstone hastily smokes the entry point off too shallow, and now look. The Sova is able to walk out undetected by you or your teammates, giving him the space and opportunity to do damage. So what's the solution? It's to simply place your smokes flush against the walls of the choke. In other words, keep the bulk of the smoke on the enemy side as opposed to your own. What this does is that it makes the choke easier to hold since, like what a smoke is supposed to do, it forces the enemy into maximum disadvantage. Now if the Sova wants to push out into sight, he's exposed to multiple angles, no cover, easy frag. Smoking effectively. This is going above and beyond just smoking off choke points. The agents in this game that have the ability to smoke, they're not called smokers, they're called controllers because they're supposed to control the map. So in effective smoking, whether you're a defender or an attacker, whether you're defaulting or playing for picks, there will be times where you have to actively take map control from the enemy. There's a lot of examples on different maps, but one of the best examples I can think of right now is on Bind Long A. Or showers, or baths, whatever. If you're a defender and you've been losing long A control and the enemies are farming the orb for free, and all you're doing is just waiting for them to come up all the way to the entry point to smoke it off, you're giving up an advantage that you can instead give to your team. Imagine placing a smoke all the way up here. Now look at how that changed the dynamic of the round. You can have a buddy with you in showers hiding here, primed for a crossfire. You might even be able to grab the orb, and best of all, if the enemy wants control of this part of the map during the initial phase of the round, they have to expend utility like a boombot or a drone to clear everything behind the smoke. This is an effective way of burning the time, their util, and taking control of the map. I mean, look at the value you're getting here. If you were playing Brim, all you're spending is 100 credits for a single smoke in exchange for a 300 or 400 credit ability. So if they decide to use utility to clear you out, now you can fall back and then smoke off the entry. And now they need to either use more utility, wait even longer, or force the push and enter the site at a disadvantage. I think controllers are so strong and a crucial necessity to any team comp. There will be times where you're forced into the role, and I just hope that you've learned something new that you can apply to in your games. If you did, let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one.
I don't know.
Last player standing.
Fuck.
One enemy
One.
remaining.
Okay.
Let's go.
Holy.